tiny 2 days ago. Was it you? So, Whiskey brought me out here to check and make his rounds, check on his deer friends. I'll see if I can get a clip there. But I knew the direction he was dragging me. I usually let him, we get to a certain intersection, I let him decide which way we're gonna go, straight or turn, right? And today he chose this to go to this park. And there's always all kinds, a lot of times you'll see my footage with the deer. Many times they're from this park right here. You get here at the right time and it's full of deer. Well, we've been going by this one house where these 2 baby deer been laying in the yard in the mornings when we go by there. Today we're a little bit late getting out, but so I was waiting for it. I keep saying I need to, so some of these videos are probably cutting into each other. Anyone that's able to follow along through that, I appreciate it. I'm assuming I gotta get some of this done, get this footage taken care of so I can quit running out of space. I run into moments like that and I go, perfect moments sometimes, especially for shorts, and I go to grab my phone and I hit the thing and it says you're out of storage, right? So I had a few of those moments. Anyways, today I was waiting for it. I cleared up a little bit of space and I was waiting to see these 2 baby deer. You know, we've been seeing them in these people's yard. So, and then one day the mother seen us and I didn't know it until I looked over. I was like, oh crap, it was, you know, scraping its hoof, whatever, paw, whatever they have, right? Letting us know, don't think about it, we was on the other side of the road, right? Well, so today, the way we cut over, I figured I'd be ready for it if we ran into them to see. I've been wanting to see how close the baby deer would let us get to them. Well, the perfect moment was there and I wasn't paying attention. I was looking over this way and not seeing that right under their tree, those 2 deer, they're a little bit bigger today, but they were right under the tree and we were right there. And I didn't even realize that I would have had the camera ready because I've been waiting for that moment. And we maybe I would have stopped him before we got too close because they were right there and I didn't realize it until he lunged. He went to lunge towards them. So that's when they started running. But he yanked me, almost knocked me to the ground because I wasn't ready for it. I didn't see, you know, I was looking the other way. And he, you know, but we were actually pretty close. I'll show a little clip of when I finally came to, after realizing what happened and grabbed my phone, but by then it was a little bit further away. Because once he lunged, they took off running. Anyways, let's get down to it, I guess. Not sure where we left off. Just talking about shit, I guess, right? This whole world, it really is a disgusting mess we're living in these days. Ungodly world. And it's just, it sucks, right? Life sucks. The world sucks. You know, hate to be the negative one all the time, but it does. And almost everything we look at, in all aspects, no matter what the subject is, politics, religion, whatever, anything, the evils have infiltrated it and taken over. And let's just, I don't know. I got different things I want to talk about. I'd like to stay on subject about some of the music as I'm pushing music out, I suppose, since I don't got any real authentic official music videos. And you know, we're still way down on the ground level on that. So I should make some content talking about that stuff. There's different stuff eventually we'll get to, right? But these things, when they're on my mind, I don't know. Having trouble keeping my mind set on one thing. It's all over the place. Anyways, you know, and then there's people that talk to me, certain people close to you that, you know, relatives or whatever. You need help. You know, maybe they mean it in the best of way, right? These are people who, your whole life growing up, tell you that keep your faith in God, right? God is the answer, right? But their whole life, they've depended on the system. No matter what you want to say, any part of the system, it is the beast system. It's not God's system. Any part of the government or society's system. Okay, Jesus told us that when he was here. And he also told us how it's going to be when he comes back. And there's too many people, you know, I know even close to me, they make up all these excuses to stick with their sin and everything. Well, Jesus was all about compassion. Well, he's not coming back to be compassionate. Okay, to those who followed his way and understood who he was, he'll be compassionate, right? Because we're all going to need that compassion no matter how good we think we are, right? But he's coming back to whoop some ass, rest assured, right? You're not going to like it. So don't make excuses. And this ain't, you know, whatever, when I say you and all this and that, I've said that once before. It's not directed at anyone. This is just in general I'm speaking. But we need to understand that. And when we want to understand why the world sucks and why life sucks so bad, well, you got to take the time out to put these things in perspective. And they have our lives running in such a way that you can't pay attention properly and put it into proper perspective, right? A lot of people are on track about a lot of things and saying, oh, they're awake, but they're not completely awake because they don't grasp this, who really is in control, right? And people can't grasp that the devil is actually the one at the top in control of the things that's surrounding us, affecting us, of this world, right? I mean, I don't know why. That's one of my biggest things. People I've known, the people that were supposed to be better off than me, closer to heaven than me, right? As you gain wisdom, as you know, sorry, but I've had the time to sit back and just look at everything, in and out, what it is. Once, twice, 3 times, as many times as it took to get the proper perspective of truth, right? And it's just crazy. We can't understand that Jesus told us way back then, this is how it was going to be, and now this is how it is, right? And he also told us who controlled the world. But, you know, the subject always comes up. Well, you know, like we think Trump's in control. Stuff like that. Or who's the deep state? Who's pulling the strings? At the end of the day, at the end of the rope, at the very top of the pyramid is Satan. That's a real fact. Believe it. Okay? You research this and that. The problem is people do a little research and then they get off track from people putting the wrong shit out there. Right? You gotta be careful where you're getting. There's people putting half-truths out there and then sprinkling a whole bunch of bullshit all over it. It's just important that we realize that. Hold on a minute, we need to sit down a minute. Whiskey just don't understand that.
New details about this bizarre and tragic incident that sprawled across the town of Austin, but started right here at this Target parking lot. But today I spoke with a witness that tells me they saw Ethan get arrested in their neighborhood, but not before he charged at them completely naked. On Monday afternoon, Austin police say 32-year-old Ethan Nineker opened fire at a North Austin Target off Highway 183 and Olin, killing a Target employee in the parking lot. He then shot a grandfather and his 4-year-old granddaughter sitting in their SUV.
The actions of the suspect showed a complete disregard for human life.
Investigators say the victims, 24-year-old Hector Martinez Machuca and 65-year-old Adam Chow and his 4-year-old granddaughter, were targeted at random. Nineker is charged with 2 counts of capital murder and 1 count of murder. Police say he stole Chow's SUV, crashed it minutes later, then hijacked another car. Witnesses described a trail of wrecked vehicles and a suspect determined to keep running.
It was just a really bizarre Monday. It was just out of the blue.
Brian Jones saw it all, literally from his front yard in a quiet South Austin cul-de-sac on La Casa Drive. Police say when Nineker got to the area, he ditched his clothes in a nearby porta potty. Jones says he then took a shower using a neighbor's backyard hose and was walking down the street naked when he spotted him. The documents show he told officers, quote, "I killed a man and a baby girl today in the Target parking lot because I'm Jesus."
It made me pretty freaking uncomfortable, actually, because everything about it felt very robotic. It did not feel natural. There's something that has changed with people within just a decade's time where people just aren't the same. They're not acting the same.
The image on your screen now is taking over social media tonight. It appears to show a shadowy figure that some say looks like a demon. A man posted the image to his Facebook page. Since then, it's been shared thousands of times, with people debating, though, whether they see a demon or an angel.
Last week before a judge, Jeremiah Campbell broke down as the judge read him his charges, including 2 counts of murder. Just like we saw him crying in court a week ago, this new affidavit from the Brevard Sheriff's Office says Jeremiah Campbell was sobbing uncontrollably and shouting a stream of incoherent words when he was arrested, too. It reads, after Mr. Campbell was detained, he made a spontaneous utterance saying that God told him to send his grandparents to him, and now Satan sees I am a valuable man of the kingdom.
So anyways, I figure I'll share those little clips with you there for today's subject, whatever. I got to get this figured out. But evil is breaking through, and I've been saying that, right? And we don't realize it's showing its face. If you pay attention, you can see it. But if you want to see it before, you know, on the level where it's already been showing its face right in front of us and we don't understand it, is just look at life around you and the people around you. And I hate to say it, if you're one of them that's, you know, been able to trust everyone around you, then I'm happy for you, right? I pray that it remains that way. I can trust very few around me. There are the few, right? And, you know, I give a shout out to the couple of my friends that I got that, you know, are there and I can count on. And that I'm quite sure, right? Point is, you know, these days I'm so messed up from all this, from being stabbed in the back, that I'm afraid to put that anyone would be put in a situation anymore that it would come down to it. But here it is. So I'll give you an example. Like, I've been bitching about all this shit my brother pulls on me, right, with my music, and all within good reason, all this and that. But the thing is, that's one, people are infected with demons, right? We don't understand that the demons are pushing through, and they're coming through the people who have allowed all this evil in their hearts, and they don't want to deal with it properly and get rid of it and turn to God properly and just really get rid of it, right? Expel those demons from yourself, right? My brother, you know, the example I give about my brother, that's, you know, it is what it is. People can say maybe I'm being harsh there. No, these are evil ways, and if you allow it, then the demons take you over, right? And when you continue to allow that, then you're giving them something. They're here to embody stuff, right? They're here to ruin lives, and they're here breaking through now. And they're starting to show themselves through the people. And they've been doing that actually for a while, but it's just ramping up. But I can show you how it's taken over several people in my life that should have my back, that to this day should be on my side. My brother being one of them, right? Should be supportive of I've not asked him for nothing. He's not had to lift a finger for me, so he has no right to any opinion about my stuff. And hopefully the proper people are making that clear to him. Because otherwise it's going to resort into me having to punch somebody in the mouth, right? Because I'm tired of it. you know, but you can just stay away from me. You don't have to support me. You don't have to. You can just act like I don't exist. That's fine, right? But for you to sit there and purposely try to kick me down when I'm starting from the ground level on this stuff, and stuff that's no different than you doing. And this is somebody that knew how down I was. Somebody I trained, I said that before, I suppose, right? But showed him all this stuff, was always there for him. And then the moment I need him, before I lose my ass, and when it's all there, right? I'm trying to get this done while it's all there, while these feelings are there, so that can come out. And some of this music I'll maybe start releasing in some of my videos before they're officially released. That way anyone that's following along on my YouTube, since I don't really have a members thing and all that right now, this way you guys, since you've been supporting me, you'll get a sneak peek at the music before it comes out. Sometimes, you know, whatever, I might have a few coming that are done that they're just not officially released yet, and I'll throw them in the background music and stuff like that, or whatever. But I can't say how much I appreciate the people that's been sharing my stuff and people that's been supporting, watching, and liking, all that stuff, right? Because, like I said, I'm on the ground level. I haven't asked nobody for a thing, right? I finally swallowed my pride to ask a relative to borrow some money to afford to sign up certain things to get my music actually out there. That's how much I believe in this. And for my brother to pull that on me when I'm down and out at the worst spot to nothing, right? And him knowing the struggles I had to go through and knowing that I don't ask nobody for shit, especially not him, right? But I believed in it so much that I borrowed money because you're not getting none of it done for free. So to invest as little as I could possibly to get it going, right? And that's how much I believe in this, right? When I reach out to my brother to ask him for help recording this stuff, which should have been no problem for him, that's how much I believed in it. For me to put it out there, because my singing in front of other people has been me and my friend way back in the day singing karaoke. We used to do a pretty good job. He can do certain songs good, I can do certain songs good, but we have our own voices and we do, right? And that was our thing. We wanted to do music and all that, but one little bad experience and it shuts me down, right? So I haven't let this out to people. My brother knows this. He's heard this stuff. He knows it's mine. He's heard it all raw. Me playing the guitar, singing it to him to say, hey, check this out. As soon as he heard that, suddenly he's got an issue with me to hold me down. That's a demon spirit coming out. You know, I got people that, most of them pissed at me because of shit they've done to me, but want to act like that's the thing. This is the world we live in, and these are evil ways, right? People will, like I gave an example in the one video about the cop that was lying, that caused the accident and lied and blamed it on the victim, right? And people will lie about you, especially when you're trying to be someone of integrity. It don't mean you don't slip up, right? It don't mean you don't have a oops, right? But it means you will. You're not afraid to hold yourself accountable and to admit your wrongs, right? Whereas these other people they'll wrong you and then find ways to screw with you to try to get you to foul up, right? To trip up. And then whether you do or not, they'll keep screwing with you, blaming you for the shit that they were actually doing. And now, because of that, their evil hearts are so bad that they hate you, right? And they will sabotage what you're doing. I mean, my brother's not the only one. There's other people, right? It's because they can't stand how they were to me, and they can't face that, right? So they let the evil take over. And now their hearts are hardened so bad from their own shit, and they just didn't want to face it and make it right. And now, so they will dislike your stuff or do things to hinder you. And this is, it's just the way, right? And there's several people that should be here. Their back was always there for them, right? But it don't. This is life. People are just disposable, right? Dispose of them, we'll find others. We'll leave it at that for now, and we'll get to the rest. I'm telling this from experience, right? Not once, twice, 3 times, right? However many times. And, some people will hold you to the fire when they themselves are the guilty ones, right? Of far more guilty than you, right? And they know this, and instead they'd rather be a hypocrite instead of walking their own talk, right? Instead of saying, you know what, yep, I did this was wrong with me, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna fix it, right? No, I'm always expected to do that on any level, no matter what. If I don't, there's hell to pay. But I ain't allowed to expect that in return. Anyways, hope you have a great day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Whiskey and we appreciate it very much. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep all his commandments, for that is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. See you.